innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses work together and continue to build the future. Our expertise, talented workforce, and collaborative environment are making a difference now and shaping the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio to put your plans in motion. That's michiganbusiness.org/radio.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, this Saturday, it's finally here, Bourbon and Bacon Fest, and this time in Tacoma. That's right. Tacoma Armory is where Bourbon and Bacon Fest is going to be. Today only, use the code BACON to save $10 off 2 general admission tickets. So use the code BACON if you want to save yourself $10 off 2 general admission tickets. You can join us either for the afternoon or evening session. Bourbon and Bacon Fest, benefiting our friends at Treehouse. You want more info? You want those tickets? Go to KISW.com.
Let's play B-Mix. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to be mixed. But maybe like earlier this morning, you can whack him instead.
Whack it.
BJ got one of his loser songs. I sure did.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Whack It Wednesday, baby.
Whack it.
It is Whack It Wednesday, and we've got Adrian in Maple Valley to see if he can whack you. Adrian, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve?
A pair of tickets to Battle at the Boat 118 at the Emerald Queen Casino on Saturday, November 17th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. You want to go to Battle at the Boat?
Battle.
Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Adrian will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Adrian, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
England, Scotland, Wales, and what other country are the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom?
Ireland?
Yes. In what decade was Martha Stewart born?
60s.
No.
50s.
No.
70s?
No. What U.S. president ironically said the ballot is stronger than the bullet?
Roosevelt?
No.
Pass.
In motor racing, what color flag is used to communicate stopping of the racing session?
Checkered.
No.
Yellow?
No.
Red?
Yes. How many sides does a Rubik's Cube have? 8. No.
6.
Yes. On what planet would you find the mountain Olympus Mons?
Saturn?
No.
Jupiter?
No.
Mars?
Yes. Smoke on the Water was a hit song by what band?
Pass.
1, 2, 3, 4 correct. Oh. Outlook not good. Yeah. For the whacking of Steve this morning.
Whack it.
Yeah. But stranger things have happened.
Have they, though?
Yes. All right. Well, yeah. Stranger things have happened. Okay. Yeah. A dude was, pulling a boat with his motorized scooter. So that's a stranger thing that happened.
That's true.
Yeah. That's about it. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
England, Scotland, Wales, and what other country are the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom?
Hello.
England. London. No.
What was it again?
England, Scotland, Wales, and what other country are the
UK.
4? No. Britain. No.
Oh.
In what decade was Martha Stewart born?
Did I say England?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, your guesses were
50s.
done.
No.
40s.
Yes. What U.S. president ironically said the ballot is stronger than the bullet?
Ooh, I'm going to go Abraham Lincoln.
Yes. In motor racing, what color flag is used to communicate stopping of the racing session?
Red.
Yes. How many sides does a Rubik's Cube have?
6.
Yes. On what planet would you find the mountain Olympus Mons?
That would be Uranus, Rev.
No.
Jupiter.
No.
Saturn.
No.
Venus.
No. Smoke on the Water is a hit song by what band?
Smoke on the water. Blue Oyster Cult.
No.
What the hell? Oh, man. Smoke on the... damn it. Bachman Turner Overdrive.
No.
I can't think of it. I'll come back. Pass.
In which card game do you attempt to take all tricks to shoot the moon?
Blackjack.
No. Wow. Stranger things have happened. Steve, you don't lose, but you tie.
How about that, Adrian?
Wow.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing.
Deep Purple.
Yep.
Deep Purple it is.
Damn it.
Purple.
Damn it.
Hang on the line, Adrian. You're a winner, my friend.
I'm so mad you spit.
I do that no matter what.
Gosh,
I guess
get
that's
Vicky
true.
a towel, please.
Only the first few rows.
She's always
will get
part of
a
the
little
fallout.
bit. Yeah, really. Yuck. England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland.
We just had Louise in town, and she was visiting from Ireland, and you totally forgot.
How quickly I forget.
You don't care about people.
Adrian got that one correct. He also got Mars as the location of Olympus Mons,
Get your ass to Mars.
which is the largest mountain in the solar system.
Get there, Cohagen.
Thanks. You figured out Smoke on the Water was done by Deep Purple.
Yes.
And BJ, you might know this one, the game where you attempt to take all tricks to shoot the moon.
I think Vicky does too. Oh, you don't?
No.
It's hot.
Yes, it's hot.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, or hearts for
Yeah.
people
Oh,
who
okay.
don't live in Boston.
Always played that with my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, and he always thought my wife and I were in cahoots. And it was
Really?
like, well, we're supposed to be, even though you're supposed to be playing for yourself, but he thought we were on a team just to beat him.
Well, were you?
No,
Oh,
he,
okay.
he just was, his strategy was pretty evident every time.
Okay.
And so, yeah, he was like, I don't understand why you guys keep doing this to me. It's because you keep doing the same thing and we know what you're doing. So we,
We know.
We know.
Congratulations to Adrian on tying Steve this morning.
Yeah, if you tie or beat Steve, that's how you get the prize. As simple as that on Beat Migs, just like that. All right, this is interesting. Popeyes has just launched the first 12-hour drive-through. So this is where you place an order along Interstate 10 in Fort Stockton, Texas.
Yeah.
Then you drive 12 hours to New Orleans and pick up your food at a Popeyes there.
And it's funny because where you place your order, there's nothing around it. It's desolate except for this, just the call box. It's not a store.
Oh, I can't wait to get there. They're doing a quote to celebrate that we have always marinated our chicken for at least 12 hours. So they've just put a call box in the middle of nowhere. It's not like they've had one there.
No, it's they put it there as like it's a way to promote the fact that they are touting the fact that it's a 12-hour marinade.
Oh, that is so funny. So, this box is going to be open from November 9th and 10th. Oh, it's just 2 days. And all the orders will be free. So if you're willing to drive your 12 hours, you're going to get yourself some free chicken. Here's the video they got going for it.
Oh, no, we can order from right there? Where we going to get our food from?
Is this it?
Bet it don't work.
Welcome to Popeyes. What can I get you?
All right, let me get a 2-piece.
Red beans and rice and
Mashed potatoes. I'm good.
Girl, I love you.
We'll start marinating your chicken now. You'll be ready in 12 hours, right when you get to New Orleans.
Wow.
And you watch the video, and I don't know how true this is going to be if people actually do attempt to do this, but there's a giant billboard that says, you're only 3 hours away, or something along those lines.
That's really cool.
It's a pretty fun promotion.
It's a very fun promotion. If I was on a road trip going, like that, the southern road trip like that, that is pretty sweet.
Hey, this one says, your chicken has been marinating for 3 hours. Only 9 more to go.
Wow. That's pretty sweet.
Pretty funny.
That is a very funny video.
And then at the end, it shows them all on Bourbon Street, and they're getting naked with beads. And no, I'm not.
Oh, that's the video right there.
But like, there's a giant marching band kind of a thing going on. They're popping confetti and champagne, and all of a sudden they work their way into the Popeyes and enjoy some chicken.
The folks that are in the video, they actually made the trip.
Yeah, I don't know how legit it is. If they're just actors, I would assume, or hell, maybe they actually did do it.
I mean, I would have. I mean, if I was on my way anyway, like if you're just driving by on that road and you go, because it's on Route 10, 10's a big road. So that's pretty cool. That seems like a man mission that I want to do. I would place an order and then go pick it up 12 hours later. That's me.
Fly to Texas, rent a car, drive it to New Orleans.
I totally would do that.
Enjoy some Popeyes.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a trip. Plus, I'd probably get a little hungry on the way and maybe stop at some other places, too. Yeah, like that idea. All right. So, Roger Daltrey of The Who, you know that guy, right? Lead singer of The Who?
Yes, of course.
He says that one of the most beloved and legendary festivals of all time, Woodstock, actually really sucked.
Well, thanks for telling us now.
Yeah, he says because if you were a performer, it sucked. He's got a new book called Thanks a Lot, Mr. Kibblewhite. And Daltrey says, hey, man, 3 days of peace and love. Do me a favor. It was crazy even before we arrived. Said that Pete Townsend, former Who mate, I should say bandmate. I mean, I guess.
Aren't they still bandmates?
Well, I don't know if Who was together or not. Didn't they retire? Are they
The Who, first of all.
Yeah, you're right. The Who, you're right.
And they just recently performed a couple of years ago.
Maybe you're
They have a couple hired hands, obviously. I think they have Zach Starkey playing drums.
You know what?
Which
Now
is Ringo Starr's kid.
All right, we're going to say they're together then. You know what?
Yeah, it says 1996 to present.
Oh, okay.
President is now BJ.
I don't know where I got the idea they retired. Well, that's awesome. So his bandmate, Pete Townsend, I guess spent several hours in the big traffic jams that they had trying to get to this little area in New York. Other artists didn't even make it at all. He said the whole place was chaos. Daltrey says, quote, everyone all just was hanging around, waiting their turn to go to the site, and we waited and waited and waited. On the night that they were supposed to perform, the Who were summoned to the backstage area at 7 p.m., and they had to wait another 10 hours. Wow.
What time did they went on at 7 a.m.?
That's nuts.
I didn't know that. I mean, I know a little bit about Woodstock. It sounded like it would be an incredible concert to be at, but I didn't know that they were going on at 7 a.m.
He said, yeah, we were doing all on in the evening, but by 4 in the next morning, we were still hanging around backstage in a muddy field waiting.
Oh, and 10 hours.
Waiting some more.
12 hours would be 7 a.m., right?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What made things worse for Daltrey, said, was that he wasn't into drugs, and he said everything there was laced with acid. Even the ice cubes, he said, had been done. He said, fortunately, I brought my own bottle of Southern Comfort, so I was right up until the moment I decided to have a cup of tea. That's how they got me, a nice cup of hallucinogenic tea.
So are we sure it was him waiting around for 10 hours, or it was just a wrong acid trip?
Yeah, it could very well be.
That's crazy. I would imagine that there was a lot of drugs going on back then, but that means everybody in the backstage area is probably tripping.
Yeah, he said by the time they hit the stage, in, quote, pre-dawn gloom, Roger was sleep-deprived, tripping, and possibly battling the onset of pneumonia. On the top of that were the stage jumpers, constant power cuts, monitors that kept cutting out, bad sound. Roger Daltrey says, quote, this was my nightmare come true. It was billed as an Aquarian exposition, 3 days of peace and music, but it was chaos.
Now I really wish I was there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being at that show?
See, I would have hated it. Because I'm like Roger Daltrey. I mean, I even in my 20s, I did not like discomfort. And it seems like that was just a mess of a situation.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a drug guy. So I would have been like the only sober guy there going, this sucks. But if you're trashed out of your mind or tripping, I don't think you mind any of the conditions or even know when the bands went on anyway. And the joke is if you're at Woodstock, you don't remember Woodstock.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I couldn't even, imagine though, you just, I need some ice for my drink. And you had no idea that there was acid in it.
Yeah.
I was just watching that television show that my wife and I are big fans of the 911, the show about the 911 dispatcher and about a fire station and all the drama that happens and all the crazy scenarios that they get involved in. And the most recent episode, somebody sent the firehouse a bunch of brownies.
Oh.
And so they all ate them. And at first they were all acting kind of weird. And I was thinking, like most people, they must be eating pot brownies.
That's what I would think.
Turns out, spoiler alert, turns out that a lady sent them brownies laced with LSD.
Oh, no.
And she did that because she wanted them to feel free and peace and all this. And it was kind of it was a very entertaining episode because you got like these, pretty stuck-up looking firefighter guy, the chief, and he's just tripping.
Oh, dang. And you wonder if life is imitating art or art's imitating life. Yeah, because I'm sure that's happened.
I wonder if that's ever happened at a firehouse where
I bet it has.
Acid.
I mean, if I got brownies, I'd be like, this is awesome. Before you knew that people would lace things, I wouldn't be surprised.
But then you get a call, you got to fight a fire, and you're tripping?
Oh, yeah, you don't need that. Damn, you don't need that. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the Loose brought to you by the Shane Company. Whatever you want to talk about, man, it is your opportunity to guide this ship. Something new, something old, it don't matter. You get to pick the topic, but Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, they will be gonged on this Whack It Wednesday, and we'll have to say goodbye to them.
Goodbye, old friend.
Just like that. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to, Jerry Trash. Haven't heard from Jerry in a while.
Oh, I better get ready for this one.
Yeah, you know what? You have enough hits? There you go. All right, Jerry, welcome to the show, buddy. Hello, Jerry. Oh, wait, you know what? I have to push the button. I'm the one
too busy lighting my bong. I appreciate you.
Bong. There you go. You're back, Jerry. Now you're on the air, sir.
So the topic I bring today is envy. That was prompted by yesterday's show where the bitch who went crazy about the parking
Wow.
She hauled out the old line, the car you drive indicates you have a small Johnson.
That's right.
I think she used the word pecker, which is awesome.
Usually that line is uttered by fellows who see a guy driving a fancy car and they wish they could afford that nice of a ride. They also realize that, except for Vicky, women are attracted to the bulge of the wallet rather than the bulge of the Johnson.
Hey! I don't know, Vicky, what do you think? The bulge of the wallet or the bulge of the Johnson? What are you doing these days?
I don't know. I'm really much digging the Johnson right now.
Well, he said that. She said Vicky is an exception to the
He did say that. Rule. But I think that at some point, because Vicky's wanting to settle down, get a house, I think the wallet bulge is going to start getting in her radar.
I mean, he can't be just a slacker that's sitting on the couch not having a job or anything, but,
Have a job.
Have a job, but he doesn't have to be a millionaire. Like, I'm not one of expensive taste unless you count my comic books, but I buy those sparingly now.
What if he's $1,000-aire? Is that helpful?
I mean, that's helpful.
There you go.
Pays the bills.
Yeah, Jerry, there is something to be said about that, Jerry. A lot of folks are shallow, and a lot of folks are envious, and then what do? They take a shot at what they hope would be a sensitive subject for a guy. That's what that woman did yesterday.
Another envy is those members of the family club who wish to see their club expand. And I have a prime example of that in the past issue of The Stranger. And I, Anonymous, says, I have so many friends who say they don't want kids because they like their freedom. Honestly, I think that's just sad. Some of you are over 40, going to bars, eating out, trips, whenever. These things probably seem like the pinnacle of your life, but the deep belly laughs my children give me every day and the simple joys I experience through them make all those things you love seem boring and futile. Now, I read envy loudly and clearly in that note.
Jerry, I never understood why somebody has got to put down somebody else's lifestyle. If you're really that happy, why do you got to go take a shot at somebody?
I think that was the most important part. I don't think they're really that happy.
They're envious of those who chose not to have their money sucked away by those little brats.
Yeah, that's a fact, Joey and Sarah. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Yesterday on the men's room, Thrill gave me an example of the belly laughs and the simple joys of his children when he talked about the trip he had to take with them on an airplane.
Oh, God, it's some of the worst. That is the worst thing ever. This is why my wife, Jerry, I appreciate the call. My wife is an all-star because when our kids were toddlers, I was not able to keep a job, so I had to move around the country. And every time I did that, like 3 or 4 times in a span of 6 years, she had to pick those kids up, take them on a plane, and navigate the both of them. And of course, when kids are little, that's the pressure change, and if they're teething or whatever, it's a beating on a baby, as we know when we're on planes. But she had to negotiate all that herself because I was already in the city working.
It's funny Jerry mentioned Phil from the men's room because what we were talking about just made me think about Ted when the last time he went. I think he went to Denver to visit his brother, and they were going to see some tailgate and do some fun stuff and drink a lot. And he was on the plane, and this married couple that had a little kid on the plane with them handed out gift bags to everyone on the plane that was around them.
Oh, really?
As hey, we're sorry, we have a baby, and in the bag it said, "Hi, travelers. My name is Baker, and I'm 9 months old. This is my first flight. I promise to be on my best behavior, but who knows what will happen once my ears start to pop. Thank you for your patience and happy travels." And then in it was like some chocolates, some breath mints, and it looks like earplugs.
That is
I could be wrong, but
what a great
a little goodie bag.
That's a fun idea.
When Lily was little and we took her to Disneyland at 6 months old, we had earplugs on standby in case anyone. She started crying, so we could hand them out to people. She didn't start crying though, so we never had to use them.
I think I'd bring those little airplane bottles of alcohol and just hand those out.
Yeah.
And then look at everybody and just be like, "You're gonna need this."
Yeah,
just to scare them.
Yeah. Boy, what a great idea.
Yeah.
And by the way, I mean, even though it's a great idea, you're not allowed to bring your own alcohol and hand it out, just so you know.
Well, I think you're allowed to bring your own alcohol.
Not
No,
anymore.
you're not. No, Steve. No,
When did that change?
That changed recently, yeah.
Well, good luck stopping me.
All right, renegade.
Yeah.
All right, then. Now I have to fly. I have to put you somewhere else on the plane because I don't want to be next to you when you're trying to sneak in your alcohol.
I'll hand out little travel-sized bottles of mouthwash.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mouthwash. The seal is already broken for your enjoyment.
I've never seen clear mouthwash before.
It's a special clear mint.
Yeah, clear mint mouthwash. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. I was, just hearing Jerry Trash. It's been a while since we've heard from Crazy Sherry. Is she?
I thought about that too.
We haven't had anything mailed from her?
We have.
Oh, we have?
Actually have one.
Oh, okay. As long as she's okay. I really did.
There we are.
Oh, there we
It's a
are.
Halloween one too.
Oh, okay,
we were going to
good.
talk about it today on the show after the show.
Okay, well, you can. I just was worried about her.
I'm now
she's
curious.
Oh, you really care about her?
Because she drew like a little pumpkin head lady with pumpkin boobs.
I think it's funny that typically she sends these in like orange mailers, but for Halloween, it's not sent in orange; it's sent in white.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point.
It's very Crazy Sherry of her.
Okay, well, at least she's still, she's still with us. I'm happy to hear that.
I'm having troubles.
Yeah.
While you're looking at that, somebody had a question because earlier we were talking about that Facebook drama where all the women were going to dress like sluts.
Oh, right, yes.
Right, so somebody wanted to know, and maybe Sarah could come in as well. They had the question, Vicky and Sarah, have you ever dressed like a slut for Halloween? And if so, what were you?
Ah.
I don't know why they didn't ask us.
Oh, yeah, because we dress like sluts all the time.
I feel like my Robin from the streets was very slutty.
Oh, that was very slutty.
It would have been if you weren't wearing your jeans.
That's a good point.
Me, yeah,
there was some serious moose knuckle going on, Rev.
Same with my Captain America outfit. Yeah. I had to be Captain America from the I think you were from the courts.
From the courts because you had a basketball.
Yeah, I had a red, white, and blue basketball. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Sarah, we noticed you're back in the room. That's nice to see you.
Oh, Sarah. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, I dress like a slut almost every year.
Okay.
Do you have any favorites? Nurse, house cleaner.
The Black Canary one.
My Black Canary definitely probably was my favorite with the black fishnets and the leotard.
That was a great outfit.
Yes, that one was in my high heel boots. I also have like a schoolgirl outfit in my closet, so that's a really easy to go to one.
That's not a Halloween costume, is it?
No.
That's used for more than just Halloween.
Yeah.
Johnny Rubbers loves it.
I don't want to hear what Johnny Rubbers loves. Thank you.
Yeah, and this year I think this is like the only year where I'm not really anything super slutty.
What are you going to be?
I'm a gnome.
Oh,
you could be a slutty gnome.
Be a slutty gnome.
I should just like rip up my dress a little.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a gnome. Johnny Rubbers is also a gnome, and then we have a little gnome baby. So I don't know if I want to be a slut in front of my gnome baby.
Oh, that's a good point.
You have a gnome baby?
Yes.
Like you like steal a garden gnome from like someplace or something?
No, I should have though. Johnny Rubbers actually made the entire baby.
He DIY'd their outfits and it does look pretty good. They want a Halloween costume.
Oh, that's adorable.
We did.
Nice.
I know. The gnome baby is like the life of the party. Everyone tried to steal it. Everyone pretended that it was theirs. Oh, they loved it.
It's not a real baby, right?
No.
Yeah, Steve. They decided to go get a baby.
Well, maybe Johnny has a friend that can loan him a child. I don't know.
Yeah, can I have your baby for the night?
For a party.
While we're getting trashed?
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Are we adorable? We all have like matching hats.
Oh.
All right, what about you, Vicky?
I usually do, but I like making it creepy. So I'm usually like a vampire and I have like blood dripping down, or a demon with the contact lenses and the teeth. So I'll wear like a corset so the boobs are hitting my chin. It's pretty awesome.
But she's got blood everywhere.
Yes.
So you're you're kind of hot, but then you're like, oh, wait a minute. I could die from this encounter.
But sometimes it's more fun to do the dumb costumes. Like I was Ace Ventura from like the whole tutu scene. I did that one year and that was a lot of fun.
I just saw somebody posted on Facebook. It has to be the greatest Halloween costume, and it's just a woman whose name is Eileen. She's got a name tag.
Oh, no.
Eileen. And there's just some like white substances all over her.
It's moisturizer.
Oh, Dixie's Midnight Runners.
I thought it was yogurt.
So she basically Lewinsky'd herself.
But her name's Eileen.
That is so funny. Yeah, that's a great. That actually is. I mean, I would have to laugh at that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Steve would.
Danny, have you seen it?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good job, Eileen.
So great.
Yeah.
It's a great song, too.
It surely is.
I want to go do
All right.
karaoke now.
All right, you pick the topic, you guide the show. Good old Eileen. It's all over there. Listeners on the loose, 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Your calls, your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Is listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
I just got this text and I looked at it and it's fantastic. They said, did you see that David Schwimmer recreated the video of that guy that looks like him that was stealing stuff?
Really?
Yeah, dude. So I go on David Schwimmer. So you saw the picture. The guy looks a lot like David Schwimmer, if anyone hasn't seen. There's a guy who was stealing just like a bunch of, looks like some kind of cans of some kind of liquid.
Yeah, a lot of cans of stuff in England.
Right, and so they've been trying to find him, and of course a lot of people said it looks just like David Schwimmer, to the point where he said, I didn't steal any beer from this store. Well, then I go on David Schwimmer's Facebook page, and he goes, the video goes, officers, I swear it wasn't me. As you can see, I was in New York. Good luck to the hardworking Blackpool police. Good luck with their investigation. Hashtag it wasn't me. And he created like a surveillance video footage of him in New York stealing a bunch of cans of alcohol. It's good that he has a good sense of humor about.
You know what, man?
Something as ridiculous as this.
That's when you know your life is good. You see stuff like that. You could go out there and make a fun video. That's pretty cool.
Ross is a good dude.
Ross is
Maybe
a good
I'll have
dude.
to change my opinion on Ross being a weenie.
Yeah, I think so.
No, he's still a weenie.
Now, Ted Mosby, on the other hand, done with him.
Nah, you know what? You gotta lighten up on poor Ted too. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, you gotta lighten up on Ted.
No.
That's all I say. I just, I've heard he's a good dude.
One person says, I've got a Halloween party coming up. I'm clueless what to wear. Any thoughts on wearing my birthday suit? Showing up butt naked. Has anyone tried it? Ugh. The rest says no.
You could always wear a sock on a certain part.
Or be like a Red Hot Chili Pepper.
Yeah.
Okay, you could do that, I suppose, but you know, you have to know the crowd. You've got to know the crowd, because in this climate, in this temperament, you know, man, if you don't know everybody, you get yourself in a world of trouble.
I know what you got to do is get one of those like those bodysuits, the ones that are just like basically like the tight bodysuits.
Yeah,
but get skin colored one.
Okay,
and create like a little bit of like, you know, tuck in everything, so there's no real signs of dongage, but there's a bulge, and then put a blonde wig on and be a Ken doll without any clothes on, or brown hair. I don't know what color hair is Ken.
I think it's brownish.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Sandy brown hair.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
And actually, if you put like googly eyes like on your cheeks or something, so you can still see through it, but you have the googly eyes there.
Oh, I was thinking at least have your regular face.
Oh, I know, it's like using the whole head cover sort of thing.
That's super creepy.
But I bet there's Ken masks you can have go with that, though, Steve.
That's a good point.
There's got to be a Ken mask out there somewhere. That's not a bad costume.
Just be a naked Ken doll.
Yeah.
I had a roommate who got a child-sized banana costume. Oh. So the banana part ended up right at his Johnson, but he wore his underwear. So he was basically just wearing a banana costume and his underwear, and that's all he wore.
Of course it was him.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to be in your underwear, kind of have your legs showing, that's one way to go.
There you go.
Child size.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you show up naked, that's
I say go naked and text us back and let us know how it went.
Well, yes, for our enjoyment, we definitely want you to do that. Just
call us collect if you're in jail.
And tell somebody to actually video that and video the cops coming. I mean, we need all that for the website, right?
Right.
Yeah. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the loose.
Earlier we were talking about television shows that we're watching over and over again, like Vicky said, with Friends, speaking of David Schwimmer. Someone says, I own all seasons of Married with Children. I love that show. Another person right up your alley. Doctor Who. I can watch it over and over again. And then someone brought up a good point. How have we not said The Office? A show I've never watched, but I feel like I need to watch.
I feel like you'd like that show.
I know I would.
Yeah, I feel like, though it's interesting because, you know, we talked about how Steve Carell, who's got another serious movie coming out.
Oh, that looks like a snooze
Marwin
fest.
or whatever, but he's trying to be Mr. Academy Award guy.
Yeah, good luck to you.
He has talked about how he doesn't think The Office could be made today because of just how offensive the Michael character is.
Dude, I was just reading my buddy wrestler Mike Santiago, shout out to him, one of Tacoma's finest, part of the American Guns. He posted something about Grand Theft Auto on his Facebook page, and it sounded like there's a good chance that the franchise is done because of today's political climate.
Wow. Boy, that's amazing if that's true.
Yeah.
But I can understand why. I can understand that people just don't have the temperament for the ridiculousness that Grand Theft Auto was, even though, it's a game, it's stupid. I don't think anybody should take these things seriously, as you get to live vicariously just like an idiot. We're human beings, but yeah, I can see how there would be a lot of protesting.
One source says Rockstar has claimed that they're concerned that GTA 6 will never be made as they believe it will offend far too many people and that it probably won't get released in today's political climate.
Gosh, man, that kind of frustrates me just because I don't think art should take a pounding because of political correctness. It's art. It's not real.
I mean, I don't in real life run over hookers and put them in my car. And cops chase me
because you don't put them in your car.
Well, I mean, you don't have a lot of room.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's cheap. It's hard to get anything in there.
Yeah,
in the back seat.
I guess do we sound like we're old when we say that? I just think it's it's like bad people who are just mean in real life and trolling around. Yeah, you know what? Anyone that's a jerk to somebody in any way, shape, or form should be pursued with justice and to the full extent. But art.
Maybe they'll just fix it, make some adjustments, so that when you're being chased by the cops, you politely ask the hooker if it's okay if you run them over.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, as long as you're using courtesy.
Yes.
All right, we got to talk about this woman who shot her grandson, and, well, she did it for the dumbest reason ever, and I'm going to tell you why at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, Grandma went off the rails because someone violated the golden cardinal grandma rule, and that is don't put a cup on a coffee table without a coaster. You know that one.
Oh, yeah.
Every grandma's got that rule. And Helen, she's 75. She's in Minnesota. That's her rule. Had a grandson in the house. They were having some tea. What did he do? Kept putting his teacup down on her furniture, even when she said, "Hey, don't do that. Get a coaster." And she got so upset. She's like, "All right, only thing I can do. I mean, if you're going to do it, I'm just going to shot him in the leg."
Well, did he start using the coaster?
I think, yeah, he's using the coaster now. She got arrested, though. She said, "I don't deserve to go to jail over this. He's my kin, and he's an idiot." But she's got to go to court. Could get 7 years, $14,000 fine.
Yeah, just because you're related, that doesn't give you the right to shoot somebody.
I would think it should, don't you think? I mean,
yeah.
Especially we all know about the coaster thing. Yeah, I think Grandma's got it right here. I'm behind her. I'm also behind Ryan Castle because he's up next with a morning 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
People are calling her the opera donkey, and the reason being is the way she greets a guy who walks past her. She's hitting some high notes, and that's why they're calling her Harriet the opera donkey.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Can you make the same noise?
Well, I think I might need to belch like that donkey first to start things off.
I want to see if you can do an impression.
All right, so here we go.
It's like I was there.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Now more than ever, it's important for you and your family to enjoy the spaces you're in most often. Visit FergusonShowrooms.com to shop online or schedule a personalized consultation to meet with our experts at your local Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery. Together we'll help you make the most of home and create a space you'll love to live in. Get started on your project and discover extraordinary products like the Orizo chandelier from Progress Lighting.